YouTube, once again, guys, this is a full game breakdown with me using the New Orleans Saints scheme that I'm running with. This is basically the entire scheme has been posted on my Patreon channel. So if you guys want to see why I run my plays a certain way, you can go to my Patreon right now and sign up for $1 to go ahead and get my New Orleans Saints offensive scheme. Defensively, I'm going to be using basically a lot of 46 Cub out of Detroit. I'll also be jumping in some other formations, but that's going to be the primary formation I'm using. Now I'm going against an Eagles player. This guy's got well over 500 games online. He's ranked 1700 in the nation. I would say probably not the best player, but he knew his scheme. He actually had several different money plays that he liked to use. This is the one right here that I actually had some trouble with, so I might go back in the lab and try to break down that particular play. But he used these type of plays where he actually had a tight end always going out like on a post route, or actually like a corner route over the middle of the field, and then he had some backup routes behind it, some levels concepts, and it was very difficult to stop. Right here he actually drops it down to a running back. You're going to see him come back to that a little bit later on in this drive. So right here he's in a doubles single back formation. I put my defender on the left hand side. I put him in a 3-rec hook, and he's got like a little mesh concept. He actually hits the tight end across the middle, but actually goes out of bounds. So 2nd and 7 situation right here. I go with the man blitz. I get some nice gap fills by my defensive backs and put them in a 3rd and 6 long situation. So I go in cover 3 right here, hard flats, and right here actually hits the levels. That route by that backside receiver, Deshaun Jackson, is going to be basically something I'm going to struggle with the entire time. So I'm going to go back in the lab and probably take a look at that particular play. But this is the goofiest play I've ever seen before. I got really lucky with this. That should have been a touchdown. In that type of situation, I get a crazy animation where he catches the ball, then it falls out, it fumbles around and drops into my defender's hands, and as a result, he's able to go ahead and I'm able to get an interception against him. So just really crazy animation, but I'll go ahead and take it. So he got screwed out of that. This is the single back trio formation I'm looking at, and I'm going to just try to hit him with the 0-1 trap. One thing about playing against the Eagles is they got one of the best defensive tackles in Fletcher Cox, and you'll see Fletcher Cox really control the inside of my offensive line. I have a hard time. Now here's a play that I've labbed extensively. On the right hand side of the little hitch route, I always get separation. Right here the defensive back comes down and actually plays the ball perfectly, intercepts me right away, and then he actually takes it to the house. So just as quickly as I get a BS interception, he gets, I don't know whether it was a deliberate interception, but he gets a really good play right there. And this guy goes for 2 in this type of situation. So he actually goes for 2 and takes off this quarterback, and Wentz falls into the end zone to go up 8-0. So now not only am I behind a score, but I'm also behind a 2-point conversion. So right here he makes a quick adjustment with his defense. I jump into a pistol formation, go into a base. I just want to take a peek at it, and you'll notice something. He actually jumps into a cover 2 coverage. So that's something I'm going to be looking for a little bit later on in the game. So I go ahead and make an adjustment, go into basically this corner route. This is a auto motion type play. I'm looking to the corner off the left because he's showing me man coverage, and I'm unable to get the ball off because it gets pressure in my face, and as a result I actually get in a 3rd and long situation. So now I jump into the gun tight end. Very popular formation. Motion my one guy off to the right and look for the corner route wide open because he jumps into cover 2 again, and I'm able to go ahead and get a completion and get a 1st down. So that's a very key situation right there. So now I go back to the 0-1 trap and Fletcher Cox controlling the offensive line, causing some issues. Now I go to levels, which was one of my base money plays, and I actually drop it down to the crosser over the middle. Right there, and get a completion. So 1st and 10 situation, he's been running a lot of blitzes. I'm actually going to start chewing the clock in this type of situation. I realized that I didn't want to give this guy any kind of time back to do anything with the ball. I'm going to take this down to the 2-minute warning and just chew as much clock as possible. Even if I have to settle for 3, that's fine. I'm getting the ball in the 2nd half. So when you're playing Madden, it's all about winning. Right here I get a nice little secure catch animation. and fall down into the 10-yard, and you see I'm just working clock, and I go ahead and take the ball down and actually get down to the 4-yard line, and he starts burning his timeouts. So a good situation, go with a little inside run out of the weak formation and actually do it. And I'm down by a point if I kick the extra point, so it makes only sense to go ahead and go for the tie. So I'm going to go for the 2-point conversion. He has a weak defensive front. Being able to go inside and tie the game up 8-all. So right here I jump into a different defense, and as a result he actually misses his reads. I get a nice little animation, block shed animation by Cameron, and as a result he has to get rid of the ball. Back to the same play again, and he's making some type of an adjustment right here, and he does play action, and look at Cameron comes in, just destroys his running back, put him in a 3rd and 19 type of situation. Now I jump into basically a 3-3-5 type situation, and because he doesn't have anybody in the backfield, I'm able to go ahead and sack him, and he kicks the ball back to me, or punts the ball back to me with 40 seconds left on the clock, and basically I have a timeout. Now my goal right now is to get in field goal range more than anything else. I dot him up on the sideline with a corner route and get into field goal range. So I don't want to do anything stupid. I don't want to give the ball back to him. I just wanted to do this, and right here I take a shot over the middle, threw the ball late. I should have threw that early, and then I go into one of these OP plays, miss my read over the middle, and I just get rid of the ball in that type of situation. So 3rd and 10 situation, decided to do a little inside zone, run it, pick up a first down in that type of situation. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chew the clock down and go for the lead. I'm getting the ball in the second half. There's no reason for me to walk away from points or risk it. That's just a stupid play. Once again, I'm playing for the W, so I'm going to kick the 3 points, take the lead, get the ball back in the second half, and have an opportunity to go up by 2 scores. That's smart Madden football. So one in a situation where I was down 8-0, able to score a quick 11 points and get the ball back. I'm able to go up another score. So right here, remember where I showed you that he did a quick audible, and this is the read. I quick audible. I think he's in cover 2 zone like he was before, so I'm going to streak up my tight end and look for the zones. See the zones split. No one carries to the tight end, so I'm going to go and pop him right over the middle. Unfortunately, Cook is not able to go ahead and go house with it, but that's exactly what I was looking for. I wanted to do that. Now I try to go to the outside with the O1 or with the actual power play, but Fletcher Cox is just basically destroying my run out of this bigger scheme. I hit him with the corner route. That's my man beater. He was running a lot of man coverages as one of his base defenses, and now I go ahead and audible into the pistol tight end bunch formation, which is a quick audible to go from the single back. So everything starts with a single back. I've got some reads and stuff like that. He's showing me man. I try to hit him with the 0-1 trap once again. I just can't get the running game going against this guy, so I was a little bit frustrated. So a 3rd and 5 situation, jump into the doubles formation. He hasn't seen this the entire time. I hit him with the angle route because I got one of the best wide receiving running backs in the game, Kimura. So I pop him with that, and right here I think what I do is I go ahead and double team Fletcher Cox to try to get some good blocking right there, and I do. I'm able to go and slide inside with Kimura and actually get the ball into the end zone. So I'm up by 2 scores. Burned a lot of that 3rd quarter right there. Don't leave him a lot of time to work with. So 18-8 right now. I'm going to go back to the cover 4 type coverage and basically do some hard flats, try to get some guys out in the flats right here. He takes out this quarterback, but because Cameron is such a good edge rusher, it puts him on his back. And right here goes back to his money place. This is like a levels concept. He's got 3 levels going off to the right. Jackson was my Achilles heel. The problem with the way I run my defense is I always want to have Cameron going after the quarterback off the right tackle, and I just wouldn't adjusted him in. I didn't put him into any kind of a zone, and he kept popping this little soft area of the zone, and it didn't really make a good adjustment. So right here I go ahead and do a spy over the middle to try to take his reads. I drop down, get suctioned into the offensive line, can't get back to one of the zones I got to defend. Then I jump into basically this quarters defense. You can see he's got all these levels going on right now. Go ahead and send the dogs right there, and my defensive back actually swaps the ball down. So in the cover 3 right now, I probably should have done underneath. I got a little zone off to the right, and actually he pops. Well, he clears out the zone. So he's got 2 routes actually going above that, and he's got a zone that's coming in underneath it. So that was just a bad decision. So 3rd and 3 situation, I dial up a man coverage, and he hesitates. I get the pressure off the edge, and I got him into basically 4th and 13 situation. And right here, throws into coverage. Nope. My defensive back does not play the ball correctly. He gets another down. So no huddles right there in that type of situation. I was furious. Now I go ahead and drop my edge rusher into a 3-ruck zone. That pretty much locks it up, but he actually just waits patiently for the underneath stuff. So now I go ahead and jump into a zone where I've got 2 of my guys actually going back into rec zones to try to take away his reads, and he actually doesn't have anywhere to go with it. He actually throws it to the sideline. Look at this play. Fortunately for me, his guy is out of bounds. So 33 situation, jump into a different type of play, but he actually gets a really good run animation. Drops the ball down to the 1-yard line. Look at the clock down. Clock is down to basically almost 2-minute warning right here. I'm thinking he's going to try to run the ball right up the middle. He doesn't. He does play action, a little drag with the tight end, and actually gets within 3 points. So right now, what my goal is, what I'm trying to do right now with the 2-minute warning is I want to go ahead and try to chew up as much clock as possible and take away his timeouts. Even if I got to punt the ball back, that's fine. I just want to go and take away his timeout. So I actually was able to burn 40 seconds on that drive because I'm using chew clock. Get a first down. He does not burn a timeout in this type of situation because basically I'll be able to milk the ball. Pretty smart clock management. Now he burns his first timeout. So 2nd and 10 situation, I go back to this pistol tight end. His defender comes off the edge, stops me, takes another timeout. So 30 seconds right here. I go for a pass right here, I complete it, but I do not fall forward for the first down. He takes another timeout. Smart thing, I do not want to get him in field goal range, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to punt the ball back, sky kick it, let him go ahead and take a play. You can see I burnt about 10 seconds off. 18 seconds left. I'm just going to go with basic prevent defense, man everybody up, three high zones. Don't let him get anything past. He has to take a dragger off the back and side. He doesn't run out of bounds, but as a result, I tackle him inbounds, and that's game. So, it's all about clock management. This guy he knew what he was doing. The guy actually had an offensive scheme. His defense really wasn't that complex because he ran just basic defense, stuff like that. Even though he did pick me did a pick 6. It wasn't the greatest player, but he's ranked 1700 with head-to-head. I know a lot of the better players play MUT, but I'm not a MUT person because I just don't have the time. So, once again, guys, if you'd like to see how I run this New Orleans game, go ahead and go to my Patreon. Only for $1 you can get access to it, and I'll be rolling out more offensive and defensive tips to take your game to the next level. So thank you for your support. Until next time.